Hey guys, it's Magic 51 here. I'm doing a podcast while I'm doing a video for YouTube right now. So this is being uh, recorded. I am actually doing this for the new year. So welcome to the new year, um, podcast. And I'm just going to see what is going on for the new year in general. Nothing in particular, but maybe we'll get a message of what you need to do to better make your resolution a reality. Because somebody always says, I'm going to give up smoking and this and that kind of thing. But maybe these cars can uh, offer a little guidance, maybe a little help for some people out there during this lockdown New Year's. So, I am going to shuffle these one more time. I am using the Steampunk uh, Mini Taro, and I will be using uh, the other Mini Taro that I have is the Thoth deck. Well, actually, now that I think about it, let's do the Witch's Tarot. Kind of seems to be a little bit more appropriate, and since I didn't feel right with that deck, I'm just going to choose Witch's Tarot, and you'll see why in a moment. Plus, my intuition said, nope, nope, not the Thoth. I mean, I have a liking to that card, I do, but yeah, I kind of feel like Witch's Tarot is best for uh, the New Year's kind of message. So we'll see what we have um, with the Witch's Tarot, what kind of messages we'll receive from the spirits, spirit guides, whatever my source is coming from. I kind of feel like it's coming from source itself, but I kind of feel like it's mostly my spirit guide kind of guiding me right now. Let's see. So, the New Year's uh, reading. I already have one on YouTube already, but if something has changed a little bit, I like to find out. But if I just chose the third pile, and you can watch this on YouTube, on youtube.com. Just type in Magic 51, and I'll put the link to this um, recording as well. But if any messages just changed a little bit, or if the message is somewhat similar to what I've recorded on YouTube, this will be my final, like, New Year's um, video to upload. But this is what the guides wanted me to do. So I am just going to lay them face up so I don't have to do the reveal, because that's a lot of work, and I will do the same with the Mini Taro, the Steampunk Mini Taro. So let me see. Okay, so I'm going to start right off the bat. I mean, if anything sounds familiar to me, visit me on magic51.com. Hit like, share, subscribe. Visit me on Anchor or wherever you get your podcasts, and just type in Marvelous and Paranormal.com, Marvelous and Paranormal in your Google search engine. It's Marvelous, the word and spelled out, paranormal, Paranormal. So anyway, regardless, that's the plug. Excuse me, the plug, and let's get into the reading. I kind of feel like that this card is telling me you don't have very much decisions to actually go through this time. Now, this is the only card that I have problem with this camera focusing focusing on, really, because it wants to blur this card. It's on reverse. So what kind of card do I have? Five of Swords. It's in a reverse position. So basically, with these together, it's pretty much you don't have much decisions to go on. It's not like your head is in the cloud kind of thing, like you're confused or anything like that. I think you've reached a decision of some kind, and I feel like that there's some sort of blockage of some kind that says if you choose this, this will happen. If you choose the other, XYZ will happen. And this is family oriented. I wonder if it's like a family issue kind of thing. But whatever the choice is, it can be related to um, jobs and such like that. We can actually go there, but I kind of feel like it has something to do with family issues, like a family kind of problem. Choose this, this will happen. Choose the other, XYZ will happen. That kind of thing. I I know I reiterated it, but it's kind of like the only thing that's coming to mind right now. Now let me show you the Queen of Pentacles uh, right here on the Witch's Tarot. And let me show you this. The Eight, what is it? The Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, the Eight of Cups. There's one that's missing in the picture. I mean, if you pause the video, let's say, um, there's only one cup missing, and I think she's on the search for the cup that's missing. It could be that hand from the cloud that's taken it from her secret um, trophy place or collector's place, and this invisible hand from the cloud is actually using it as like the Ace of Cups as like an entry point. I'm not going to search through the cards right now, but I'm just using reference from the Rider-Waite deck. I don't know if it's the same in here, but I know I said I wasn't going to check through it, but now it's making me curious if it's anything related to the Rider-Waite Here's the Ace of Cups right here. So that's probably what she's on the search for. But it's not like I was talking about. It's not like a hand on a cloud. That's more like the Ace of Wands kind of thing. But anyway, that's the kind of feeling I'm getting from here, and I feel like that you're kind of on a, what do I want to say, imbalance somehow. I kind of feel like this is more like a worry or a struggle over something, maybe something financial. But I don't have the kind of advice that you're looking for, but I would seek advice from somebody who knows a little bit more about money. And I'm just interpreting the card, so don't take everything I say verbatim, but if anything like that is going on currently right now, the only thing I can suggest is find somebody who's a little bit on the knowledgeable side of financial issues and stuff like that. And I kind of feel like that's kind of like draining you, like emotionally. Like I kind of feel like you've gotten like these sleepless nights, and you're kind of worrying about what's going to be happening when the new year comes. Let's see. So here is the Knight of Cups. So we got cups in the card pretty much. We got the Ten of Swords upright, so the Knight of Cups was reversed. So the Knight of Cups is kind of telling me, while he's reversed, while you may have some struggle finding the right kind of person to help you with your problems, let's say, but I kind of feel like that these problems will be ending for you, and the struggle that you're actually going through right now is kind of like saying, okay, we're going to nip this in the bud, and we're just going to take care of these issues right now. And I kind of feel like it's. I mean, it could be financial. I mean, maybe you're seeking a job, but I kind of feel like it's more financial than anything. It could be family related as well, but I kind of feel like this is more towards taking care of business around, let's say the household. I kind of feel like this is a household thing, like a household, like maybe apartment, a house. I mean, I reiterated the house already, but just something like that. I mean, something to keep up with the financial side of things, like the rent, the mortgage. Let's say that. I mean, the bills of that kind. Um, but here's what I'm saying. You're going to be gaining strength out of this. You're not going to be lying next to the lion, um, with no pun intended. I mean, they're wild animals, so why would you? But I kind of feel like what this kind of strength is kind of telling me from the Witch's Tarot is kind of telling me that um, you are going to be level-headed and calm out of this. Just like this woman in this picture right here. It's the it's the Ten of Wands. I don't know how that's a Ten of Wands in the card itself. Oh, okay. I mean, it's kind of like you have all this burden that you were carrying me. It's kind of like you have a little bit of calmness for a while, and then you're just going to be carrying this burden for a little bit. But I don't think it's going to be um, that stressful. If I were to be honest, I would have reversed this card, saying like the Ten of Wands is kind of like your burden you were carrying, and then shifted over with a strength on the right side, and then a Ten of Wands on the left side, because I kind of feel like you're not under all of this pressure. I mean, you could be, but I kind of feel like you've gained strength from the knowledge that you were needing help with. And I kind of feel like you're just a little bit protective over not so much of finding the job or maybe keeping a job. The page of, what is that, the swords? I think that's the swords. Page of Wands, as a matter of fact. Page of Wands in the steampunk um, mini tarot reversed, and then the Four of Pentacles upright in the Witch's tarot. But basically, together, it kind of seems like that you're a little bit protective over your job to keep, as you should be. But I kind of feel like that there's somebody who's a little bit on some reason. I'm getting controlling. Maybe it's like a controlling person. I don't know if this is like a boss, co-worker, or maybe a supervisor you have, but I kind of feel like that this kind of feeling um, that I'm kind of getting right now. I think somebody that you don't get along with. Coworker, I'm getting. I think it's something to do with your coworker. But anyway, whatever the case, I I kind of feel like you need to be a little bit more protective, but a little bit less showy that you're being protective. I don't know how to explain it a little bit better than just how I said it, but I kind of feel like that this thing um, that you're protective over your job. Um, you can be protective on the inside, but don't show it on the outside. It's kind of like that poker face kind of saying. Now, if you're not good at that, I mean, maybe you could practice it. I mean, if you're willing to practice it, I'm sure there are resources that maybe show you how to uh, do that while not showing that on the outside, I suppose. But I don't know how many resources there are like that. I mean, I guess there are, but don't quote me on that. But if you're able to find some resources, please let me know if this resonates with you. I like to know if you found resources at the end. But I kind of feel like this person is not worth uh, actually showing um, that you're fighting for your job, kind of thing, like getting into an argument, let's say. I'm not sensing a tension, but I kind of feel like that maybe there was a misunderstanding, miscommunication about something, and this is probably where it was coming from. I kind of feel like that basically you are financially stable. I don't see any problems there. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This is um, reversed in the steampunk mini tarot, is in the witch's tarot. It's the Nine of Pentacles. Basically, what it's telling me is that you are basically a financial stable person. There's nothing um, wrong with how you're handling money at all. It's just that you're kind of maybe a little bit uh, too cautious at times. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either, but I kind of feel like that if you're worried about it 24/7, like every bit of a step of a way before you step out on the on the break that you're about to have, or you're coming back from break, let's say, and you feel like that you you feel like something is missing, and then somebody actually tells you, yes, there is something missing. Um, Maybe just have a dialogue with them. Have a conversation with your boss, maybe your supervisor, uh, and and sort of say, I did X, Y, Z before I left, and now I feel like something is a little bit out of place. Now, why uh, is X, Y, Z missing while I did kind of ABC when I left for, say, like a 15-minute break. I'm feeling like a 15-minute break is where it would happen. But I would actually um, talk to them about it, and because you know beforehand you did X, Y, Z before you left. And then I see the Three of Swords, and not necessarily heart. I mean, it could be heartbreak in general, but um, on the Witch's Tarot reverse, I'm trying to get this. On the Witch's Tarot reverse, this is the Three of Hearts, Three of Swords. Excuse me, Three of Swords. Um, and then this one is focus camera. I can't even see the focus on the camera. It won't focus actually. Four of Wands is what it says, and it's reversed too. So I I may actually draw maybe two, maybe three more cards of each to get a clarification. I don't normally do this, but I'm willing to do it just to sort of see what kind of clarification I can get. But basically, what this is telling me is that um, you've been through rough patches in life, heartbreak, maybe a loss of a job. I mean, who hasn't had like a heartbreak through a relationship? I mean, but I mean that's just one of the things that could happen. But I kind of feel like that you've mended your ways, and then I kind of feel like you're waiting for the release of actually celebrating. And I know that it's not going to be like a big celebration, let's say, but I kind of feel like the celebration is going to be in order when you're allowed maybe a few more people and a few more people pile in. And it's not going to be instant. It's going to be something that's going to be processed as we get a little bit back to normalcy, let's say. But I kind of feel like that it's just going to be a few at a time and a few at a time and a few. Then uh, eventually it will be like a big party kind of thing, like a big celebration. But I kind of feel like you're doing just fine as you are, but to get a better handle of not getting into this trap kind of thing. Maybe talk to your supervisor, maybe your boss if you're um, having a good professional relationship with them. Talk about what you need to do in order to do X, Y, Z. So A, B, C, or uh, all of these alphabets that I could arrange together. It's just like make sure you're not in the fix beforehand before you are in this fix. So I'm going to draw maybe one from the steampunk and one from the witch's tarot. So let me see. Basically, what this is telling me is that the Five of Cups is kind of like um, here's a Two of Pentacles, and it's all about balance. I mean, Two of Pentacles from the steampunk, um, reversed. Two of Pentacles reverse is it's all about balance. Yes, it can be considered juggling, but this person is like on a really big old bicycle back in the 19th century, and it's really about balance, really, not really about juggling. And the Five of Cups reverse in the Witch's Tarot is kind of like, I mean, life is going to throw you disappointments, so let's make sure you're taking the proper actions before you get to that disappointment stage. And I kind of feel like that's where you need to do, um, not necessarily research, although that's one of the things you could do, but I kind of feel like communication with people that you um, have a vibe with a little bit better at work. Um, you know, if you have a gelling kind of like relationship at work professionally, that you could say I'm looking for resources. So um, all of these don't happen, and if these don't happen yet, don't worry about it. It's just like it could be future tense as well, but I kind of feel like that this sort of thing is kind of like it's meant to kind of like forewarn you in some manner or form, but I kind of feel like it's also a way to uh, kind of tell you if this does ever happen and you see it happen right in front of you, then I would just say um, you have the power to change this, and that's why communication around the workplace is going to be more important. Now, I I don't know what this has anything to do with New Year's resolutions right here, but it maybe one of your resolutions could be about speaking up a little bit more with the people around you, um, you work with at work, whether if it's somebody you don't gel with right at work or anything like that. I just kind of feel like that you just need to find a time to maybe set a meeting time with your supervisor or boss saying like XYZ is happening and I need to make sure that I'm not getting caught in this trap kind of thing. And I kind of feel like that's the best that I can do to muster up this kind of advice for you, but I kind of feel like if I mean, not openly communicate all the time. Yes, you need to communicate, but I kind of feel like don't bother them all the time too. But I kind of feel like that this communication piece is going to work magic in a figure of speech kind of way, so that you know that everything is going to turn out fine for you at the end, and you could stay. at your job, maybe a few more years longer than you intended. I mean, it could be a good thing while you're probably looking for a new job, let's say, but at least you're going to be staying at this job while you're looking for a new job if that's what you're intending to do as part of your resolution as well. Alright, so that will do for uh, my podcast and this video. So, um, peace out. Till next time, take care.